Oh, that look a
Hey,
lot better. Cool.
what's happening? Oh God, yeah, dude. Hey, y'all gotta let us know in the chat how we sound. It's our first time the way we running it right now. We on roll. Let us know how we sound. What's happening, bloody? I see you in the chat already. What's popping?
Yeah, I can barely see from right here. I
On
can't
God,
see y'all chat shit. So
I'm about to pull it up for us though. I'm about to pull it up for us right now. What's cracking, man? What's happening? We on roll. We in the city. We had it open. We had it open for y'all to see.
it ain't work out.
Yeah, it didn't work. Apologies for the delay. We had to get it right. We had to get it right. I'm not gonna hold
No, the reason we was on a delay is because we fiend out.
you. Yeah.
Go ahead and tell them straight. We woke up this morning, immediately took a shot of Casamigos,
Good.
and damn near sprinted to put in a bit.
Not even.
Played blackjack.
Yeah.
And needless to
Unfortunately.
say, niggas got stained.
Yeah.
So I mean,
What's popping? What's popping? Omar, go ahead and put one in the air, man. Go ahead and put one in the air for us. Flo, we are in Vegas, bro. We are in Vegas. We are in Vegas. Currently, we are in Vegas. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you so much for being here. I know our balance is a little off right now. I know our chairs are a little off. If only y'all knew what it took to do this.
yeah, because honestly, if I'm being transparent with y'all, since y'all watching and y'all here, I don't even have my
I was
bags
about to
yet,
say,
bro.
go ahead and let them know
I
how your
don't,
weekend been going so far,
So
bro. Go ahead and let
like,
them know.
this is what happened. So, flew out of RDU, flew American. I guess American doesn't do direct from RDU to Vegas, so you got to connect in Charlotte, which is like 2 hours from me. So, I mean, if I'd have known that from the jump, I probably could have just been better off driving to Charlotte. But either way, flight in Charlotte got delayed. So when I went to go, I only had carry-ons. The plane was too full, so they had to check my carry-on, and I just knew from that situation on something was gonna be messed up. So I get to Charlotte, and I have like 5 minutes before I land and my flight leaves to go to Vegas. So I had to sprint to the other gate, and I pretty much knew from that point on my bag wasn't making it. So ended up getting on the flight. Crazy thing is, I was on the flight with one of our boys from Greenville. So that was crazy. But either way, my bag isn't here. Supposed to get delivered this morning. That done set me back. I mean, I ain't been able to put in no bits. I just ain't been able to maneuver how I can. Got stained on blackjack last night. Got stained on the slot machines. I mean, I'm just a walking lick in Vegas, honestly.
Ass out. Ass out. We got Dylan in the building today. We like 12 or 13 deep. And if you're looking at the description right now and trying to figure out who Q is, where Q is at, etc., he fucked us over. I honestly don't know where he is. I haven't heard from him in the past couple of hours, probably about 12 or 13. I know that he said he had a flight out of Cali. So we're guestless, as y'all can see, but it's no worries.
That's what comes with the game. So.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm not going to hold you. We've had a great start to the year. We've had multiple podcasts from multiple different teams come through for us for the beginning of the season. So I'm not upset with it. We're live in Vegas currently. We're in the hotel room, as you can see. Apologies for, the setup not being the most pristine or whatever the case may be. But we're not home. We're not home, and y'all know how we give it up when we give our full link productions. Y'all know how we give it up when we go live. So you guys know that right now we're kind of out of our element. But right now, I mean, hey, we in Vegas. I hope y'all can feel the vibes. Like Terrence said, got cracked on that blackjack table. I woke up this morning. For one, first and foremost, the reason why we fucked up as a conglomerate, as FPFO, it's my fault. I don't take full responsibility for it because I didn't get back to the room yesterday until about 4 a.m. So 7 a.m. Eastern time. I had a sub and I just got to chatting.
Doing way too much talking. Yeah,
Dylan and Terrence really couldn't get their rest the way they needed to. Already my shit was completely off because when I landed, I just completely went balls to the wall. I mean, reposado. I mean, Jack and Coke. I mean, Crown. I mean, we just mix it everything. I ain't gonna hold you.
And to put some things in perspective, this is bad, like life decisions. I haven't eaten since 12 o'clock yesterday, and I mean 12 o'clock noon.
No, in fact, nah.
So
that's the last time I ate too. Was before I had that sub last night.
yeah,
When I called you and I was eating in the parking lot before we got in the Uber. That was the last meal I had. So what was that, around 1:32?
yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, I ate some pretzels on the plane. I don't know what that.
I was murky. I ain't gonna lie. The flight attendant circled back. He was like, "Oh, can I help you with anything else?" I said, "Yo, I need more." I ain't gonna hold you. I felt like a fat ass. I ain't give a fuck, bro. I was starving. But yeah. I hope you guys are doing well. I know football is on. I knew once we decided to do a live stream on Saturday, I knew that was going to be a conflict of interest for a couple of you. So if you chose us over college point, I mean, damn, we appreciate it. That's all I really can say. I know we got a fight. I just went downstairs to put a little Kansas Tulane parlay, and then I doubled down on the Tulane, or not Kansas, West Virginia. My apologies. We're on West Virginia. West Virginia Tulane money line parlay, and then I smashed Tulane money line.
Yeah,
am I gonna come up today?
I hope so. I hope for everybody's sake. It's only a few people that's actually up right now.
Yeah,
I think damn near everybody got stained as soon as they walked in yesterday.
Yeah, I was about to say a lot of people been getting cracked.
Yeah,
a lot of people been getting cracked. We've been out. We're down here with about 12 or 13 of us, and a lot of us been getting cracked. So just pray for us. Just pray for us. We gonna keep all of our shit though. We'll have all of our t-shirts. You know, everybody will have their chains, all of that. I'm on a very strict budget. I mean, yeah, facts. facts.
I'm lifeless until my clothes come out. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah. But yeah, man, I guess we'll get into it. I'm not sure. I can't see the number at all. I don't know how many people are on X right now. I don't know how many people are on YouTube. So I honestly have no idea what's going on with the numbers so far. I do know that we started about 10 minutes late. So I wanted to give people the opportunity to hop in while they could. Flo, what's up? Yes, we are in Vegas. I'm not going to tell you what hotel we're at, but we are in Vegas currently in the hotel room. And we will be at the game tomorrow. So make sure that you're following us on socials. Make sure to go check us out right now. At For Panthers Fans Only on Instagram, at FPFO_podcast on X, because that's going to be the best place for you guys to keep up with where we're at and what we have going on. We definitely will have some videos that we post to Instagram, stories and things of that nature. So make sure that you're tapping in with us on all social media platforms. If you're on YouTube, you can find those down in the link below, or in the description below right now. You can find that link. Make sure to tap in with us there. Get to a couple more people in the chat. It's really B Dukes, what's happening? Made for More, what's happening? Appreciate the shout out. He said, shout out to y'all being in Vegas. Appreciate that.
Sure.
Flo, you said, hopefully I get to meet y'all. I'll be out there later on today. Tap in with us, bro. Follow us on social media. Like I said, click on the description below. Click the link. You can follow, whether you want to do individual accounts or if you want to do the page, the FPFO page. You can tap in with us. DM us and we'll make something happen. We'll have a drink or something if you're of age, because I don't know. I mean, I don't know how old you are. If you're of age, we'll take a shot with you for sure, and we'll see where the rest of the day takes us. He said late night in and out is a must off that gas. I personally don't smoke anymore. Sometimes I still do. I'm not gonna act like I just simply don't smoke at all, but I haven't smoked probably in about 8 or 9 months, so I'm not sure. But I know that grease will help with alcohol. So,
oh yeah, for sure. Because as soon as I leave here, as soon as we get done here,
dispensary,
I gotta go find something. Facts.
I told you, bro, got the edible.
I got one.
Oh, okay. Fact. Did you take it already?
Nope. On the empty stomach. I told you I ain't ate since 12 yesterday.
Yeah, we got to get food.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. We had to get food once we wrap this up, and I need water. My mouth is so dry. There's multiple reasons why that's the case. I'll do those to myself, but just know my mouth is dry as fuck. I have not drank water. I think I had a sip of Dylan's water. That was the last drink of water that I had, and before that, I honestly don't remember the last time I drank water. So I'm dehydrated. It's okay. It's okay. We on vacation. We outside. We are currently live in Las Vegas. We will be on site tomorrow for the Carolina Panthers for the versus the Las Vegas Raiders, which is why you guys are here. So we'll dive into our preview a little bit. I'll be honest with y'all. A lot of the live streams, we play off of the visiting team podcast or whoever's joining us. We play off of our guests a lot more. Because for me personally, I don't study Vegas Raiders. I've watched their film. I watched a lot of their film actually against the Baltimore Ravens as well as against the Los Angeles Chargers for more than one reason. Because as you guys know, we did talk about the Chargers during our game preview, and just us having that at home last week. So I have seen their film a couple of different times with that game specifically. I think I've watched a Ravens game like one time, all 22. So I'm not gonna act like I'm the most knowledgeable on the Las Vegas Raiders and what they have going on, but I do know Max Crosby and Christian Wilkinson.
Yeah, it might be a long day, bro. Because I remember back when we were debating if Brian Burns should get Max Crosby money. And I mean, that might have been the dumbest take in the world because, like, shortly after that, Max Crosby just started going fed. And I don't think Brian Burns is nowhere near the caliber of Max Crosby. I'll go honest. Yeah. I'll just be honest.
Yeah, the ability to take over the game, bro.
Yeah,
and he dominates. Like, if you honestly, genuinely watch the film, even though he may not be going crazy the first of the season, you can feel his impact.
Yeah,
you can feel Max Crosby's impact. And that is something. Now, I will say, this offensive line, if you guys tapped into what's been going on, number 5 in the NFL. Number 5 in the NFL. So did have that we wanted to go up against a Max Crosby and Wilkinson. If there were guys, am I saying his name right? It's Wilkinson, right?
Christian Wilkins.
My apologies. If we had guys that we wanted to go up against Wilkins and Crosby, it would be this unit.
Which I feel like we also had our test with Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack.
Absolutely, and Puna Ford.
Yeah,
because I was sucking Puna off in that damn in the game preview against the Chargers.
It was nasty.
It was nasty work.
Nasty work. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why you was gassing him up like that.
Because he is a demon. He was in that first game against the Ravens.
Yeah, but he didn't really do much against us, honestly.
Yeah, he was in my
I just think that 3 points is cute. Like, they should feel good themselves, but honestly, that just came from an inability to move the ball on offense.
It came from Bryce Young.
Yeah,
we'll just be honest.
Yeah,
and also I want to say this as well. We were the first creators to bring the whole Bryce Young and his girl thing kind of to the forefront, and I didn't want to touch on it multiple times. I kept telling y'all, if y'all wanted to know what we alluded to, go back to the live stream because I wasn't going to repeat it. Just based off of the fact that it wasn't confirmed. Now it is confirmed. We saw her in the suite with Tyrese Maxey. So I'm 100% under the belief that part of the reason why Bryce Young is as fucked up as he is right now is behind that hoe. That's why they say you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. Because if you look at her roster, she loves ball players. Yeah. And she just going to hop to the next dick that she can. Respectfully. So, bitch. Because now she got our quarterback down in the dumps. So
yeah, I think I seen she went from like Shador, Jalen Green, Bryce, Tyrese Maxey,
and those are just the ones we know about.
Yeah, the one we know about, and we seen her at training camp last year, and she is like that. I'll be honest. She is.
Yeah, sure. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. If I lost that, I fucked up too.
Yeah, because initially I thought that girl from like school. That was somebody, came through the trenches with, kind of like Jalen Hurts vibe.
You did go to Alabama?
Okay. True.
So
go
ahead. What do you want?
I just wonder how she got so everybody else then.
Because she bad as hell. Yeah, like what you mean? And it's and social media exists.
That it ain't
shit. I done seen her and interacted with a lot of women that in real life, it may not should have happened that way. Just fucking shoot the DMs and shoot. And these niggas be thirsty. And they be horny too.
That's crazy. I mean, I kind of feel bad for him in that situation, but that's why you them to work. leave your personal
Yeah.
life away from work. But it's probably kind of hard being that, your work life is broadcasted everywhere because you're in the NFL. So, I mean, naturally, that's probably going to, yeah, I think that did play a part in him just being ass over the past couple of weeks. But, I mean, it is what it is. We roll with the punches. So, I honestly think that if the offense is what we proclaim them to be, what their statistics say they are, and if Andy Dalton is what we think he is, then I think it'll be a fairly even game. I think it'll be a fairly even game, and I'm kind of excited to see what we look like under the, kind of revamped offense in a sense, because I think we'll really get a chance to see what our weapons look like, i.e., the Johnson, Xavier Lee, Adam Thielen, Jonathan Mingo. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what this offense is going to look like, honestly.
Yeah, and you just said if Andy Dalton is who we believe him to be, what are your expectations personally? Because for me, I mean, I know that we've all seen the statistics of Andy Dalton against the Las Vegas Raiders, 4-0, over 700 passing yards. What is the how many touchdowns was it? Do you know off the top of your head? Okay, yeah, I don't know. I know that the touchdowns to interception ratio is OD. So really, I mean, if we're just being completely honest, Andy Dalton over his career versus the Las Vegas Raiders, previously the Oakland Raiders, has been absolutely dominant.
Yeah, I mean, I just take little stock into that. Like, I get it, but I take little stock into it because definitely a different Raiders team than Andy Dalton has seen in the past.
Yeah, I would
I,
agree.
I think they're better. Now their quarterback situation, you know, a little shaky. They got Gardner Minshew. We all have history with Gardner Minshew because he went to ECU, and so
But he don't even claim us.
yeah, I
So
really don't
fuck him.
fuck with him because I don't know if y'all knew the story. He tried to break his hand to get out of ECU, and this was before like the transfer portal.
Yup.
So you couldn't really just hop from team to team. Like you had to sit out for a year before you went to that next team. Y'all know how that works in college. And so allegedly, which I don't think it's allegedly because I think he said it, he tried to break his hand with a hammer or some shit like that.
Yeah,
And then he ended up going to Washington State, I think.
I believe that's accurate.
And then, I mean, he balled out there and got him in the NFL. So, but I really don't fuck with him all because I don't like people disrespecting my alma mater. So fuck them. So honestly, I hope we stretch them during the game. But I mean, I also got never mind.
You also what?
I got Devontae Adams on my fantasy team, so I'm a little biased. Now, if Devontae
goes strapping that shit, I hate to tell you.
Yeah, I just don't believe that's true.
Okay,
I just don't believe that's
we
true.
can do a little side bet.
We can
under 70 yards.
I don't know if I like that because
oh my god,
bro, because Devontae had like 4 for 129 last week. So Gardner Minshew don't really be throwing him the ball because I watched a couple of the Raiders games, obviously, because I have Devontae on my fantasy. And it's like Gardner Minshew don't even be looking for him really. Like his favorite targets was like Jacoby Myers, Brock Bowers.
Yeah, Bowers.
Yeah, it's like I can't really. I'm not willing to take that bet.
Well, I mean that to me personally, that plays in our favor. I'm not gonna hold you. Well, I like JC against Devontae. I know Devontae is an elite receiver. He's been an elite receiver for over the past decade. I know that Devontae Adams will get his shit off. However, if you look at what JC Horn has put on film the past 2 weeks, I know people complain about the first touchdown against the New Orleans Saints. We had a discourse about that about 2 episodes ago on production review of the game against the New Orleans Saints. I know he got hit for a touchdown last week, which was more man to man. You know, that first one, busted coverage. You can argue the effort, which was my whole stance initially anyway. But if you go back and look at the film for JC Horn, and actually Aaron Duncan, CEO from Very Bluntness, shout out to Dunk. He's out here with us as well. But he did a phenomenal film breakdown on JC Horn against it last week. And it seems like he's on a different level. I don't think that Devontae is just going to come out and let his nuts drag on us. I don't believe that's going to be the case. And something else with the Raiders that kind of been really, really suspect to me that I thought would be a lot better is their run game. Zamir White, I thought he was going to do a lot more. We know how he closed the year off last 4 or 5 games. I think damn near every single one of those last 4 or 5 games, he went for 100 plus yards. They brought in Alexander Madison to kind of couple with him as that punch. We know Alexander Madison vet in the league at this point, backed up Dalvin Cook for a while. Dalvin had the injury history, whatever the case may be, so has been a starter more times than not on the pro level. I've been very, very surprised by efficiency within their run game.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand it, but also I couple that with our run defense is not that good, bro. Like this is
Right.
is my whole thing with the Carolina Panthers. Like, I'm excited to see that offense, but I also know that like our defense, and if you've been listening to training camp, this is something that I've been banging our defense is suspect, bro. They are suspect, and they're like the linebackers, other than Shaq, like they're just not getting the job done. Josie Jewell
is
yeah, he's not getting the job done, bro. And so I just think the chart, if the Raiders can blow our defensive line off the ball, kind of like they were doing last week, then I think that the Raiders can have success in the run game. And I think that that's something we're going to take advantage of. Because just how we see.
That is right. Tuttle is hurt. Ashawn, I know he was on the report. Is there anything
I think
official?
He's good now. I think he's going to play because I seen that a lot of them had like took some days off in practice because they were banged up, but towards the back end of the week, they were all good to go. They were all full participants in practice.
And that includes Shy as well?
I'm sure about Shy. I know that included Jadeveon Clowney. That included Ashawn Robinson. I think it was one more person, so it might have been Shy. Okay. So honestly,
let's see. I have it pulled up.
I just don't know about the defense, if I'm being real.
Shy, DMP, doubtful. So we'll see.
Yeah, he
Shy
probably
this
won't
week.
play.
And Sean was a DMP on Wednesday, but he did practice on Thursday and Friday. He's officially questionable. And everybody else, for the most part, we're relatively clean. Yeah, I mean, I would say so, but
we can't afford for him to be limited.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, what he put on film last year, and if DB is gonna be out, we need Ashawn to be in that bitch. Yeah. Not gonna hold you. But like I said, everybody else is really clean. Nick Scott was a limited participant on Thursday and Friday, questionable as well. Johnson, both guys were both limited participants on Thursday and Friday, carrying a questionable designation. Let's see. Let's go look at the Raiders, right? Somebody said that they expect 220. Let me make sure I got this right. Andy Dalton, they 22 touchdowns and Chuba going off, or Chuba having a good game as well. I'm not mad at that prediction.
I mean, I'm more so I like the Chuba having a good game because I think that this will be one of the games that we don't start slow on off. Because Andy Dalton is going to be able to hit those relatively easy throws that Bryce was put in those situations to hit the last 2 weeks. I think Andy Dalton. Now, the only thing is, and this is something that I've been thinking about, we know that the offense was designed around Bryce. We know the offensive play calling. There was a lot of play action. There was a lot of moving parts, which was designed for Bryce to kind of work the pocket, kind of maneuver how he wanted, and get the ball out. I necessarily know that it's going to be the same way Andy Dalton will be operating, just because he's not that much of a mobile quarterback. But I think that with Andy Dalton being a vet, with the offensive line blocking the way they have, I think that Andy Dalton will be able to stand in the pocket for those throws. So I think if Andy Dalton has a relatively clean pocket, we'll see a lot more offense this week. Now, I just don't know. Like, I keep going back to this. I just don't know if our defense is going to be able to kind of hold up to where our offense can match the Raiders' offense.
And do you think the Raiders' offense is high for them to outscore us?
No, I don't think they're high powered. If I got to go back and look at the last 2 games, our defenses gave up like 60 for the past 2 games. And I understand the situations that they've been put in, but also when you think about the bombs that Rashid Shaheed caught, Jawan Johnson, when you think about what Quentin Johnson did, when we watched film, we've seen a lot of just get it off in zone, like kind of over the field. I mean,
right under Shaq and his nose.
Exactly. So I don't know. I know how that's gonna. It's still a problem. Be bad for us.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. Off of that, I needed to see Trevin Wallace this week. I said this after week 1. Still didn't see him. Josie Jewell, he's honestly just mid, bro. He's really just mid. I'm gonna hold y'all. Having Frankie Louisville past 2 years, and don't think I'm being biased. Like, this is completely unbiased, objective football. Key Louisville over the past 2 years, and then having to watch Josie Jewell, the drop off is so significant that it makes my stomach. I'm
And
not gonna hold you.
don't get gassed up with this either, because if you're just who's gonna look at the stat sheet, you're gonna see Josie Jewell numbers and be like, oh, he's not that bad. Like, y'all are gassing it. But if you look at the film, like, a lot of those tackles are coming because on the coverage, or I mean, they're literally just catching the ball in his zone, so he doesn't have a choice but to wrap up after that.
Right. You look at him in the run game, he does a lot of that catch and blocks. We talked about that on Tuesday with how our defense just receives too much. Deliver enough on defense. We don't deliver enough on defense. And I'm not quite sure how to say that any differently for somebody that doesn't understand to understand. But we receive too much. We don't deliver enough.
Well, I would just challenge somebody to go watch a couple plays from Shaq Thompson and Josie Jewell, and you will see a big difference on the way Shaq Thompson is running downhill, taking on the first blocker, and I mean, just blowing them up.
Yes.
Instead, Jewell, he comes and he waits for the blocker to engage with him, and then he tries to kind of play off of that. But by the time you do that, if the blocker gets his hands on you before you get your hands on the back or the receiver, like, you're kind of in a shit position.
Yeah, you're in trouble.
Because that's already like, what, 4 or 5 yards that you probably giving up instead of just running through the nigga face mask and blowing the play up. So that's the kind of difference between Shaq Thompson and Josie Jewell, if you want to really break it down and get into that aspect of the game.
For sure. So that being said, I definitely want to see Trevin Wallace. I need to see Trevin Wallace this week. Trevin Wallace had a good camp. He started off kind of slow. Then we know he picked off Aaron Rodgers. That was kind of the highlight of his camp. However, you could see the steady improvement and development. Put great film out there on 2 of the 3 preseason games. So I'm not quite sure where the hesitation is coming in from Dave Canales and his coaching staff. But honestly, if you watch the film, which I know they do, I think it's abundantly clear that we have to improve in that particular position.
Well, I think what Dave Canales alluded to a lot during the offseason with Trevin Wallace was like, it was a schematical thing. It wasn't anything to do with like his ability to like make plays, make tackles, have a good eye for the ball when it's in the air. It was more so of like, are you going to be where you need to be on this play?
Yes.
And that was kind of the thing. But I mean, I'm under the belief that, damn, if I'm looking at the film, it's almost like Josie Jewell ain't where he need to be.
Oh God. And when he is, he getting dominated.
Yeah.
So what difference does it make?
Yeah, that is true. I don't know. Maybe Josie Jewell is more of a sideline guy. I mean, not sure. But I mean, the way we've been looking over the past 2 weeks, I don't know if that really helps us, honestly.
Yeah. Going back to the offensive side of the football, I think that we can expect, I've said this multiple times. What was my official score prediction? 24-21? 24-20 Carolina. And obviously that's a lot more points than we've scored the duration of this season. We've only scored 13 total points in the first 2 weeks of the year. I don't believe that will be the case. I think that this is the week that we see a lot of improvement from this wide receiver core. I know that you've been vocal about Deontay Johnson and thinking that he's not really necessarily that. A lot of people have been championing for XL. He actually spoke about that this week. Week 2, he was targeted 0 times. Just simply cannot happen. I think that we'll see Xavier Lee get a lot more involved. And then, of course, you have your pieces like your Thielens and your Mingos. With Mingo being that second-year guy, you want to see him take that development, take that step in his development. And I believe that Andy Dalton being underneath center is going to help this wide receiver core significantly. I really do, because I really genuinely believe that this is an improved wide receiver room. I really do. You add Deontay Johnson, Jonathan Mingo. I told guys all throughout training camp that his development has been significant, in my opinion. Xavier Lee, we saw flashes from him week 1 against the New Orleans Saints, even in the blowout. And even Mingo as well. Mingo did have the 2 fumbles, one that he gave up week 1 against the Saints, and then the other one on the sideline that we got bailed out on. But if you look at those 2 plays, bro, those are good plays. Those are great pop plays great rhythm plays, great plays that's going to get your offense kind of moving in the direction that you need to go. So I think that we're going to see a lot from this wide receiver core this Sunday.
And I still think Deontay Johnson is not that. I'll be honest. I'm saying that throughout the duration of the offseason since we picked him up. And I told people that Adam Thielen was the best receiver on, and I got slandered for it. But I mean, I feel like it's kind of hard for you to argue that. Now, I understand Deontay Johnson probably hasn't had that fair of a shake because the way Bryce Young playing. I think regardless of like who the quarterback is back there, I think that Andy Dalton is just, and it's because he's a vet in the league, obviously, but I just think he's the best receiver on the team. So honestly, I think we'll see a bigger day from Adam Thielen than we will Deontay Johnson. Now I'm willing to take that bet.
No, I don't. Are they? I don't think I want to take that bet because the last time, I mean, we can just check it very, very briefly. The last time Adam Thielen played with Andy Dalton, that bitch went ape shit. He had like 12 catches for 139 and a tutty or something like that. So I don't know if I'm comfortable with taking that bet. But let's just go see. Let's just go see because I do think that you may be onto something with that. Let me go check it. That was the ratio. 7 touchdowns, 0 interceptions that we alluded to earlier.
And the Raiders is a very physical football team. I will say that.
Extremely.
Because, hey, they be chatting.
Mm-hmm.
They be boxing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, this ain't the time for us to be soft because if we come out there with that soft energy, then they're going to make us look bad. I'll be honest. They're going to make us look bad. And I think Max Crosby will have his way with that.
Actually, that's a great point. That's a great point. 11 catches, 145 yards, and a touchdown from Adam Thielen. The last time Andy Dalton was under center, I cannot take that bet. I cannot take that bet. I just can't.
I understand if you're scared. It makes sense.
Yeah, I am. I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. But you want me to lie? You can go put it. We can go downstairs and you can put it on a ticket though. How many yards? He getting over 100?
No, that would just be crazy. That
shit,
ticket
I might
would
take it. Yeah, but it's like I might. Yeah, I was about to say it's probably like hella plus money. And to be honest, I think that I like it.
Well, whatever his yards are, I would go to over. Like if it's 50 yards, I'm going over. Oh,
it's 40?
Yeah, ram the over on that.
It's 40. Okay, we about to go put that. I'm not gonna lie, we're gonna put that. Yeah. Well, I need to just wait and see what happens today because when I hit on the 12 o'clock games, I'm nuking ECU money line. And when I do that, as soon as I go cash that motherfucker out, I'm spinning it back again, 150 Panthers money line, and I might just go ahead and put Thielen over his yardage. Fuck it. Actually, yeah, you're right. I'm tripping. Not Mike. I'm especially if it's at 100.
That's the thing about coming to Vegas, bro. Like they Vegas had people chatting, just doing unusual stuff. Because when you walk down there, all you see is people just gambling.
God, no cap. Going back to something that you said a second ago, the physicality of the Raiders. That is gonna be, bro. I kept trying to tell y'all that week 5 was gonna be the determining factor for me, who I believe this team to be against the Chicago Bears. But really, I think that timeline has been pushed up. I really do. Because last week against the Chargers, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible as far as the physicality of things go. Obviously, the offense only puts up 3 points. We don't have a good assessment on what this offense is and who they are as a group, just simply based on the fact that Bryce Young has played so piss poor, for lack of better terms. Yeah, shout out. Yeah, for sure. Shout out his ex.
Well, I always say, if somebody show you who they are the first time, believe it.
Yeah.
So I mean, don't be surprised. I hate to sound like Debbie Downer because I
can't let you get it off.
I know y'all hate that shit, but I'm trying to be realistic. Bring some optimism. Don't be surprised if shit just doesn't look right.
I just can't see it. I will say
you're jaded.
No, that's not the case. I don't believe that. The only reason I will even allow you to get that off realistically is because Andy Dalton hasn't seen live game action in the past year. Like literally, it's been damn near 365 days to the date because he started week 3 for Seattle, correct? Against Seattle, that was week 3, and it's week 3 of the 2024 season. He didn't play in preseason. We know he had that quad injury in training camp. So that's the only reason why I'm going to even allow that shit to be said like that, because I really want to say, like, just based off of the offense and just based off of the scheme that I believe Dave Canales has put together and the success that I think that will come from it, I really want to say he might go for 300 tomorrow.
I think that's a possibility. I mean, Andy Dalton is a vet, bro. Like, Andy Dalton was, I mean, he wasn't just no sorry quarterback. So, I
No,
mean,
he was
like,
not.
I mean, his time in where Cincinnati,
Yep.
like, he wasn't no sorry quarterback. So, I mean, that wouldn't surprise me if he threw for 300, but also, like, I don't know, bro. I just can't. The stock is not very high for me right now. It's not. And I mean, just based off of the last 2 weeks, like, I feel like I'm in a great place. Like, I can't get too high, I can't get too low.
Okay. Well, the main key is to not come soft. That's going to be one. Whether you talk about offense or defense, that's going to be the main key. No cap. Like I alluded to a second ago, I believe that we did an okay job against the Chargers. That offensive line that the Panthers have is so nasty, so mean. I love it. That energy definitely has to be reciprocated. It is going to be challenged this week. He's done a halfway decent job. I know a lot of people on X love to, kind of get on X top because it's kind of a popular thing to do. But realistically, for me personally, I think that it has had a solid start to the season. I really do. He had the 2 penalties last week against the Chargers, a holding on both, and then a face mask on Bosa. But realistically, I'm not going to hold you. I was honestly surprised that that's all that came from it.
Well,
because he ain't really give up no sacks like that.
yeah, well,
Any actually.
he's lining against. He's not lining up against Crosby.
So he's on Crosby
Yeah,
will be
Crosby's gonna
so
be
he
on the
gets a
side
day
with
off.
Taylor Moton.
Okay.
Yeah, he played.
He
Played.
played.
He didn't really do
He
anything.
didn't do shit. Yeah, he didn't do shit.
Joey Bosa had a sack, but I mean,
That's on Bryce.
yeah,
Unfortunately, and I don't want to just kick a man when he's down, but y'all see the film. Like, unfortunately, it is a business, and we had a whole dialogue about that shit on Tuesday, just about the situation as a whole. I'm hoping that Bryce can come out of the slump that he's in right now. I'm not 100% sure if his time with Carolina is over or not. Obviously, we saw the reports, we saw the rumors to start the week that the Carolina Panthers were shopping him. That never was confirmed by anybody via the organization. Actually, Dave Canales came out and denied any allegations regarding that. But then we did see the report as well 24 or 48 hours ago that Bryce Young, quote, was open to anything, including a trade. So, that situation is very interesting. It's very, very interesting, and it's kind of nerve-wracking, I'll be honest.
Yeah, because it's like you're in a tough position because, like we've said, I don't know if there's really any quarterbacks this year that it's like I would necessarily jump on a quarterback this year. But also, if like at a certain point, if the offense just looks significantly better under Andy Dalton, obviously Andy Dalton is not your future. Like, can we all agree?
No, yeah,
Can
absolutely.
we all agree with that?
Yes, 1,000%.
But you also have Bryce Young on the bench, and based off the sample size that he's given us, you could probably go ahead and say, and I wouldn't be mad if someone said that he's not your future either, which is okay.
I don't think he is.
But that puts you in a shit situation. So
that's the conversation that people don't want to have.
Yeah,
it does put you in a shit situation. I don't believe that there's any quarterback in the 2025 draft that saves the Carolina Panthers and the shit show of the organization that they are currently. So we're looking at potentially signing Andy Dalton for one more year because this is a contract year for him. And then, of course, my co-host, as Dylan just mentioned too, is going to proceed to give Arch Manning head, literally.
That's crazy.
Are you not?
No, that's a crazy
thing. How many times did you tell us about that nigga this week?
Like twice.
Would you say 3 or 4?
Like,
I mean, you brought up probably 5 times.
5.
Yeah, I was about to say all of it wasn't on me. If somebody's bringing his name up, then I'm gonna just be like, yeah, look the way Arch played. Like, looks like a good quarterback. Looks like a good quarterback. Has potential to play in the NFL.
Cam Ward or Arch?
I'll go Arch.
Nico or Arch?
I haven't watched as much Nico as you proclaim to watch.
Nico's a demon.
Yeah, you keep that, but I just don't know.
He got that shit in him. But
He's
I
small.
believe he is small, but I believe that also often I think he would take a little more time development. And if you don't have proper shit in place like we didn't for Bryce Young, and you don't allow your rookie quarterback to come in and sit like the Patriots are doing with Drake May right now, then it potentially lands you in the same situation that you're currently in. So I believe that Cam Ward is a little more pro ready. I believe that Arch, when it's his time, I think that he probably will be pro ready. But I'm also just putting that just based off of his name, just because he has that Manning last name, and I know the demons that done came family. But I do believe he will be a little more pro ready. Nico, I believe he'll be more developmental. Shador, don't want Shador. I like Shador on a college level. I like Shador at Colorado. I love the pops and son dynamic. Like I love everything that Colorado kind of embodies on that front, I guess you could say. However, I don't believe that that's what I want in Carolina. I don't think Shador has that. I think Shador has to be in a very, very good situation for him to be successful. And I don't know if this situation is ideal for a quarterback of his talent. I think that Cam Ward and Arch would be a better fit than Shador. Carson Beck, I think he's dog shit. I personally don't know.
I don't like Carson Beck.
Yeah, I don't know why people gas Carson Beck up.
I don't really like that many quarterbacks from Georgia at all, honestly.
Either. Quint Ewers, that's another
he has an injury history. That's why. That's the only reason. Like, I just don't have time for the mediocre bullshit. Like, honestly, I can't stomach this shit again.
I'll also say this. I think Josh Rosen went for a second the year after he got drafted 10th overall.
Yeah, but this is 2 years for Bryce.
Yeah. Well, no, this is the year. It's the year after. It's the year after he got drafted. So it was very, very similar situation.
Well, I don't know if they will move him this year. I don't know.
I don't know if they move him this year. I don't know what his value is right now, bro. I really don't.
Because we had that conversation, and I damn near believe, like I said, if y'all are familiar with the pod, I always say you got to update your resume. And I told Dylan and JJ this, and Tavian, because he's in the group chat as well, that if I had to go based off of what Bryce has done over the past 2 games or even over the past couple of games, like there's no value.
Over the last year and some change.
Yeah, there's no value there.
He's looked good. He's looked good one time.
He
looked good one time. He looked good against Green Bay. That was it. He had that one. And that's the problem. So it's like a regression. So then you will have to talk about, then you would have to again ask the question, well, realistically, what is value? Because is a team going to value the Bryce Young that they saw on film last year? Or are they going to value what his updated resume says, which is the last time we saw him in a full game, NFL game, he went for 84 yards. So, I mean, I don't know. I still do believe, I'm not really on the train with Terrence, because Terrence believes that he has like no value on the trade market right now. I don't know if I agree with that. I mean, he was a number 1 drafted quarterback. He was a number 1 drafted player overall last year. Yes, exactly. Over Stroud unanimously. And I believe it was either Schefter or Rappaport reported this week that NFL execs still believe that Bryce Young is still the consensus number 1 overall pick, which I personally don't know how you could look at Stroud and look at Bryce Young and their resumes and what they've done, and what they've done up to this point and still say that. But that report did come out. There are NFL execs that still have Bryce extremely high from a prospect and talent standpoint. So, I mean, you just find your goofy. Simple as that. You find your goofy. You find a team in the market like the Miami Dolphins, like the New York Giants, who, complete shit show for them up there. What was the other team? The Raiders, the Rams.
But so are you talking about like this year? Like if we were to try to?
Yes, I'm talking about this year. Why not?
Because the reason that I take a pause on that is because I think teams like the Miami Dolphins, like Tua is going to eventually come back. I feel like people are disregarding that.
But the thing about it is Tua is one more hit away from being dead on the field, respectfully.
Okay,
So his risk reward at this very second just is not good. It's not high. It's nasty work right now. Would you take that a 2026 first for Bryce? I mean, I don't see how you don't.
Yeah, I was about to say because I don't even think you could get a first if I'm
I
honest.
think so either. I think if we got a package like similar to CMC, like what was it, 2 seconds? It was 2 seconds in the third or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Even if we got a second in the third, 2025, 2026, I'm taking it. I'm taking it. Personally, I'm taking it.
I mean, we could give up like a third as well.
Yeah. I mean, we could, but you know how this fan base is about draft capital. Niggas get to tweaking about draft capital, and we ain't hit on the draft pick in the last 7 years.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
other than DB.
Yes, exactly.
But my thing is like when you mention the Giants, I think they're going to be in a position to draft a quarterback pretty high because they're dog shit. So it's like
you like the prospects.
I mean, that's them, dude. I mean, they drafted Daniel Jones and they paid him. So I mean,
he got off.
Yeah. So I mean, or they might be the same people that be like, well, we like one of these quarterbacks coming out of this draft. We'd rather just go take a chance on them.
True.
I mean, the Giants are going to fuck up a situation any chance they get. That's what we know. So, I mean, I just don't know what value he currently has around the league. I don't know. To me, is unquestionable. Like, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
Well, I don't know. What I do know is that Andy Dalton is officially the starting quarterback of the Carolina Panthers. A huge matchup against the Las Vegas Raiders. I believe that we can win this game. I have us predicted to win this game. I'm kind of in the minority with that just based off of the predictions that I got from Dylan yesterday. I didn't know that that's what niggas was on.
You knew that's what I was on.
I didn't think that you would predict us to lose this week.
They moved the spread up to 6.5.
Why didn't you predict us to lose this week?
It's 6.5 now.
Why didn't you think I would predict us to lose this week?
I don't know, Andy. You've been extremely pessimistic this year. I'm not gonna lie.
But I've been right.
Energy was off.
But I've been right.
Was off week 2.
I've been right. I've been right because you were banging the table about us going 3-0, and I'm like, bro, this could be a very potential restart. And I tell people this all the time, like people at work and shit. Obviously, they know I'm a Panthers fan. All of this shit, and I'm like, bro. Like, if you were gonna like win games, like this was your slate to win games.
Yeah, but I think that shit changes now as a quarterback.
I don't know.
I think that we're a lot more competitive now.
Who do you
all
beat?
Of those games?
Who do you beat?
Yeah, that for sure.
And most of those came from the first 3 games.
And also, we got the Bears that are
yeah, I was about to say, I think that you beat the Bears, and I think that I predicted us to lose to the Bears.
But I think the Bears defense will fucking harass us. I think they will harass us.
They do have a very good defense, but I just don't know if they can clip us. I just don't know if they can clip us, bro. The way they look, like honestly, I still believe that we should be at least 1-1. I think if you have Andy Dalton quarterback against the Chargers, you win. I really do.
Potentially,
and that's. I mean, it's a hypothetical.
I don't think
say that shit in fact.
Yeah, I can say in fact that we would have lost it regardless.
The Saints are the best team in the NFL. I just want y'all.
He's been saying this shit.
I just
bro.
want y'all watching right now. I just want to know very, very, very heavy on the New Orleans Saints. Very second are the best team in the NFL. You can argue with me if you want. I don't give a fuck. Their defense is nasty as fuck. They're gonna come up and smack you in the mouth. But over and over and over again, Clint Kubiak has Derek Carr looking like the second coming of Christ himself. Raheem Shaheed is getting multiple opportunities. Every opportunity he gets, he is burning out of niggas. Olave has gotten involved yet the first 2 weeks at all. And AK is the best running back, it looks like, in the NFL because CMC has been down. And there's really nobody even coming close to what the fuck AK is doing. So I really, really genuinely believe that the Saints are the best team in the NFL right now. No, exactly. Nobody is coming. And to me, Dallas's defense is way, way better than the Carolina Panthers. I believe Dallas has an overall consensus top 6 defense. If you look at the names, if you look at just everything holistically, I believe they have a top 6 defense. The fact that Derek Carr was in the fucking end zone gyrating his private parts in the end zone lets you know everything you need to know. The Saints are fucking for real this year. They are. I'm telling you. And everybody must be on high alert. I said on multiple occasions that the Saints would be the worst team in this division. To me, there's absolutely no question that the New Orleans Saints win the NFC South this year. And to be honest, I think they make a deep playoff push. San Francisco is not fucking with them niggas. They just beat the absolute dog shit out of Dallas. Minnesota, I'm not worried about them niggas at all. Detroit, they've looked suspect as well. They're not going to be able to stay healthy throughout the year. I already see how this shit ends for them. And they got way too high last year. Them niggas is soft as hell. They are who we thought they were. And then who else in the NFC is going to challenge the New Orleans Saints based on what you've seen so far? And the Eagles is pussy. I just seen the Eagles I just seen Atlanta walk in the Eagles shit and clip them in 1 minute and 37 seconds against a statue in the pocket. Kirk Cousins got down the field literally in 3 plays, 37 seconds, and put them niggas away.
Was that surprising to you?
Off a torn Achilles, yes, personally.
I don't know why, bro. I think people, and not to turn this into something different, I think people are just so unfamiliar with Kirk Cousins, bro. Like, I think if you just go look at what he's done in the regular season, like if you let him stand in the pocket, he's gonna pick you apart easily.
Yeah, and I will say the Eagles did do that.
And their defense,
they allow him to just sit back there and pat the damn football.
Yeah, and their defense is suspect as hell. But I'm not even gonna say suspect. Their defense is ass.
All of that being said, tell me a team right now in the NFC that's fucking with the Saints. All I want. You can drop the shit in the chat right now.
I think the Niners. Obviously, they don't have CMC.
Didn't the Niners just lose last week?
I just think that Kyle Shanahan is just – who did they lose to?
I don't know.
Minnesota?
Yeah, they did.
They lost to Minnesota.
They lost to Minnesota. Okay. But go ahead. I'm not mad at you saying the Niners. Who else?
I think the Niners.
I don't even want the Chiefs.
I don't really know. I mean, I would say Detroit, but they look suspect. Yeah, I don't really know.
Okay, now let's go to the AFC. Because I'm standing on them niggas are the best team in the NFL.
I think
I'm standing on that.
Are you saying like in the playoffs what AFC team will clip them? Well, they're not going to see them until the end of the road.
Yeah, not until the Super Bowl. I'm talking in general. I'm just saying.
I think
overall, Kansas City. I will give you that only because it's Pat.
I think Kansas City will clip them. The Bengals are suspect.
I don't know about clip them. It would be competitive.
I mean, clip them. They're going to win.
Okay, they played them this year, don't they? I think the NFC South plays that division. Let's go. I want to see when they play them. Who else? Baltimore ass. Their defense is shit. Texans suspect.
I think the Texans will clip them. Kansas City. I think Baltimore would get it together. I mean, they look like bullshit, but I think that eventually they will have to get it together. They don't have a choice. Yeah, that's what I don't know, bro. And I understand what JJ is saying. Like right now, they look like the best team, but I think what everyone else is saying is like we're expecting a drop off. Like I think most people are expecting a drop off, and I'm not necessarily mad at that. Cause
that'd be number one.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not mad at that. But some teams get hot, but a lot of those aren't able to sustain that. It's really the teams that get hot in the back end of the regular season. Yep. That's
like
who you
like the Chiefs.
Yeah, that's who you're gonna be able to see is like who's one of those ones in the league. So I would let you get it off that the Saints are probably the best football team in the league right now, based off of what we've seen over the past 2-3 weeks. But I think you really won't be able to make that assessment until it comes to back end of the season. Because I don't believe that they'll be able to keep it up. I don't personally.
I do. For me personally, I do. I believe we're looking at,
and we're gonna be last in the division. I believe that.
I don't know. I have to see what Andy does. Tampa has as well. I gotta see what Andy Dalton looks like. Atlanta is still soft as hell to me. I don't think. I mean, I don't think that they're that. I had them actually projected to win the second year in a row that I had Atlanta to win the division. But yeah, I don't know what
they should have been 0-2.
Yes, they definitely should have been 0-2, and they should be 0-3 because they go play the Chiefs this week.
Yeah.
So I mean, we broke that shit down multiple times, but they get fucking blessed. So now they have a win, and we're at the bottom of the division.
Oh, you're talking about Atlanta?
Yeah. Who do you think I was talking about? The
KC.
Chiefs? Yeah. That nigga got blessed too. They always hope for that nigga. You seen the stat? How many interceptions he had overturned by penalties? That was showing the next closest to him. That shit is nasty, bro.
Just the lay of the land.
Yeah, just bullshit. Just sucking dick. That's what it is. It's the Taylor Swift effect. That's what that is. Nah, no, that costs too much.
We will be in the building for that game too. I will.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for shit show. I'll probably be in the building for the next.
Well, don't even say it until you see the way this game goes. Because I think that if we go out and look like we had the past 2 weeks, you won't be in the building for as many games as you're about to say.
Well, I was just gonna say the next 2 weeks. I think this offense is gonna look significantly better. I think the offense is gonna look well enough for me to go to the game against the Bengals next week, to go see Jamar and T, and to go see somebody stretch their ass. So Joe is mediocre to me. Joe has been extremely hyped up for the duration of his career. He's shown an inability to stay healthy, and I mean, he's shown that he needs 2 or 3 elite wide receivers to be effective. That's not good quarterback play to me. I like niggas that elevate the talent around them, i.e. Aaron Rodgers, like we saw Thursday night against New England.
Okay, but what other quarterback in the league doesn't need 2 to 3 elite receivers other than Pat, other than Aaron Rodgers? Give me a quarterback.
Dak has one elite weapon and has had one elite weapon the duration of his career. Now we can talk about Zeke in the start of his career, the way that went.
Yeah.
But running back, I mean, I don't know. I'm still saying Dak. I think Dak is a really, really, really good quarterback. I don't think he needs 2. I think he needs 1. He has his 1.
So that's 3 quarterbacks right now.
Who else? Let me think. You kind of put me on the spot with this one, but I'll take my time. Lamar never has anything. Lamar never has shit. So, yeah, exactly. So Lamar, that's a great quarterback. Great name to drop there.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're talking about Aaron Rodgers, Patrick Mahomes, and Lamar Jackson and Dak Prescott. Like these are like the fucking best quarterbacks in the league.
Andy Dalton might not need what you call.
Here we go.
It's like, nah.
Here we go. Here we go.
Let me chill.
Yeah, nobody. It is nobody else, bro. It's nobody else. So I just feel like that's
Jordan Love has 0.
We've seen it one time.
Has 0 elite wide receivers.
We've seen it one time.
One season.
Yeah, he has to show. He has to show.
He's shown it multiple times at one season.
But Joe Burrow went to the Super Bowl in his second year, right?
Touche. But he had T and Jamar.
Okay.
So it just goes back to my point. He needs 2 or 3
and,
weapons.
And it goes back. And if you can only give me fucking 5 quarterbacks out of 32 teams, then that's everybody.
You haven't let me think more. You haven't let me think more.
No, it ain't nothing to think about.
Shit. Sam Darnold got that bitch turned up with Jettas and that's it.
Bro, we know that shit.
You want me to disrespectful?
Yeah, like, come on, bro. Come on. I think Justin Jefferson damn near makes up for 2 receivers. And I feel the same way about CD. I think Dak is a great quarterback, but I think when you have CD on the field, he's drawing most of the attention. So you're damn right I don't need 2 to 3, because when all of my coverage is shelling towards CD, then I can pick you apart with Brandon Cooks and Jake Ferguson and whoever the fuck is over there.
Brandon Cooks is ass. Brandon Cooks is soft as hell.
So my thing is like most quarterbacks need that, other than the anomaly quarterbacks. And I don't even want to get on Lamar because y'all will fucking slander me. Me and Tavian had this conversation, and I would just get slandered. I know I would.
He's a demon. I mean, what more can you say about that? I don't know what you would get slandered for. You need to be respectful, nigga.
We'll leave it at
have to say.
We'll leave it at that.
Okay. Let me think. I mean, I don't really have much more to say about the preview. I think that if you come out, it's really like, honestly, this is what football comes down to, bro. And excuse my profanity. If you have kids in the room, just block their ears just for 1 second. Football is very simple. You're either pussy or you not. I mean, I don't know realistically what else football comes down to, bro. It's literally war. Like it's controlled war. So you're either pussy or you're not. If the Carolina Panthers come out and play soft and they come out sluggish and they come out slow, like we've seen them do the past 2 weeks, they will get blasted. They will get blasted. Now our quarterback play will improve significantly. So you could see the Carolina Panthers go down early, 3-7, maybe even 10 points, and still be competitive, still have a shot. But if you come out soft, it's like it's really, really not going to matter. It's not going to help you. And I think that's just the simple fact of the matter. It's going to be another extremely, extremely physical game, bro. Extremely physical. That Chargers
until it's
game,
not.
Until it's not. And to be honest, it's going to be all about who first. That's the only thing that is going to be about, who's first. If the Carolina Panthers come out and do their job, play with this urgency, play like, dude, if we lose this week and the Saints win again this week, it's a wrap. The division is a wrap. Play with a sense of urgency, bro. That's it. Play with a sense of urgency. I'm looking to see competitive football. And it's unfortunate that that's the point that we are currently as a fan base. And
Already
as a
in week
franchise.
3.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can thank your boy for that.
Your boy too.
You can thank your boy for that. Thank that nigga for that.
Your boy too.
You know how I give it up behind.
No, I don't actually. Because you went,
business?
you changed your whole stance in the offseason. Because when everybody like, okay, we don't really know, you were like gassing them up like
Was
heavily. Yes, you were, bro.
I just said I think that the analysis system would be a great fit for the kid.
No, that's not. No. And then you get on here trying to lie, bro. Get on here trying to lie, bro. You was gassing that nigga up, bro. You were gassing him up bad.
I don't think I was gassing him up. I think if you go back and look at those Mood to Change episodes, I gassed him up 2 days. The Jets practice and then the Tuesday before the Jets practice, I gassed him up. Not the Tuesday of that week, but the Tuesday 8 or 9 days.
You probably find more.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was the Tuesday before the Jets practice, 8 days previously or prior, and the Jets practice. Those are the only 2 days. I mean, no, you can never blame a player for being a player. You always got to look at the whole.
Why is Bryce with a bitch like that?
I mean, I don't know. You asking? I don't know that nigga's body. I don't know what he got going on. I don't know. I don't know. I need to see somebody stretch too. I'm gonna be in Allegiant tomorrow. I'm gonna be mobbing. I know they fighting up here too. So, hey, they like fighting. They like fighting up here. So, just pray for us. I don't want to be. I don't want to get in any altercations. I don't. I just want to have a smooth. I want to go home unscathed. I don't want to have to visit a jail cell. I have an early Monday morning, like shit. So I'm gonna be chilling, but I am going. So letting y'all know, because y'all gonna be around.
I mean, it is what it is, I guess.
We'll be in the building, man. This is kind of like I said, this is an unorthodox game preview. Really, for me personally, I really was not prepared. Last night did us no favors at all. Just went to bed at 7 a.m. Eastern time. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the dialogue. Sorry that we didn't get to the chat as much. If I started to know, I don't have good service in here, so couldn't really get to the YouTube chat the way I wanted to. But it seems like a couple of them have loaded up a little bit. Let me see. Yeah, it's just not happening for us right now. Not happening for us right now. Apologies that we weren't able to interact with the chat as much as we usually do for our game previews, but I really genuinely do appreciate you guys here. Like I mentioned earlier, college football. The fact that y'all chose if y'all's attention over to us speaks volumes, and it means shout out. We will be back Tuesday with our game review of the matchup against the Las Vegas Raiders. Hopefully open up to our shit. I'm just dying to open up to a song, and I really am. And it's going to be unfortunate because offense and this team does win on Sunday, then my head personally is going to be gassed up, and I'm going to say that Bryce Young was the problem, with the team. Like I tried to tell y'all last week, this team is soft because Bryce Young is soft.
I'm just not even diving into that again because I just feel like that was.
If you missed the conversation, you can go back and look at the video from Tuesday, full episode. We don't have the time. You'll have to just watch it.
It's towards the back end.
the back end. It is towards the back end. I was like the last conversation I think we had.
Yeah.
But yes, I do genuinely believe that this team is soft because their leader, Bryce Young, is soft as fuck. Simple. What do you want me to say? And I saw Shaq trying to pull that shit too yesterday. You know how you were like, we was shifted the conversation from individuals to team, and I kept telling y'all like, stop doing that. Stop doing that. Shaq tried to pull that shit this week. I asked him about Bryce Young and the situation they bench him, and he was like, I'm focused on my side of the football.
Exactly. I mean, because it's just hard pressed for you, like another man, just because another man is like, I'm soft too. It just doesn't work like that, bro.
It's not,
especially when you cut on the film and see the way Shaq has been sliding, Ashawn, JC. That's just a fair assessment.
The team is soft.
Yeah,
it's
I
not
just don't.
them as individuals.
I just don't believe that.
It's the conglomerate.
I just don't believe that. I think if they're soft, it's just because it's something mentally with them that's soft, like within themselves individually.
That's instilled by Bryce Young.
No, if you're allowing another man to get you that way, then that's something you have to deal with. Maybe you're just not a man. I don't know.
Wow. Okay. Fair enough. 24-21 Panthers. 24-20 Panthers.
24-17 Raiders. You. Who do you have winning?
He has the Raiders winning. Cool. Okay. Well, we'll see.
Because me and Tavian happen to say the same thing.
Like the exact same bet. I mean,
exact same score. We didn't collaborate on it or nothing like that. The score kept popping up, so Dylan was like, "Fuck it, I'm throwing $1 on it. You might be on to something." $1 to win like 65.
We're not going out that way.
Okay, cool.
We're not going out that way.
I hope not. But every time we do these score predictions, I hope that I'm wrong when I'm picking against the Panthers. I genuinely do. Because I'm not putting in any money on it.
Yeah, no, I believe that.
I genuinely hope I'm wrong. But I mean, as I assess the film, as I look at what I've seen over the past couple of weeks, then it's hard for me to get on here and realistically say that they're going to win the football game.
Give me Andy Dalton's stat line for tomorrow.
I think he'll throw for 225, 2 touchdowns.
263. Yeah. I think he might torch their ass. I'm not gonna lie, but I'm gonna be modest and say 263. Yeah.
Let me go 227. Just to give a more,
263, 1 touchdown. Because I think we're gonna be able to run the ball a lot better this week and a lot more because I think the game will stay competitive. And I think Chuba will see the end zone 1, if not 2 times tomorrow.
I think Jatavion Sanders will have a touchdown at the goal line.
Yeah. Go put it in.
Nope.
We're going downstairs right now to put it in. I got chips from last night. They cracked me for $50. I should have just.
He lost $50 early this morning.
Yeah.
He lost it early this morning.
Yeah, because I got greedy, bro. I tried to do too much. The first hand, I cracked the dealer with a 20.
Should we tell him what
Crack.
happened when Dunk? Nah.
Yeah. I mean, Dunk ain't gonna tell it, but I mean, this was already like damn near 3:00 in the morning. Like me, Dunk, Dylan, we're one of the last ones out the group that's up.
Vegas time.
Yeah, 3:00 Vegas time.
6 a.m. Eastern.
6 a.m. Eastern. I don't know where JJ and them was at this point, but we're the last ones hanging on, and we were like, fuck it. I had just won $25 off of roulette. I mean, I know that's not much, but it was a free 25 because I was playing with somebody, and they gave me a portion of the pot. So I was like, well, $25 in cash ain't really gonna do nothing for me. Let's go play a little blackjack hand. $25 buy-in. I mean, I just got cooked the first hand. She said one. And Dylan was like, because I didn't have any more cash. Dylan was like, you want to do another one? I should have said no. I don't know why I said yeah. I was like, fuck it. I'll do it again. Cooked again. I mean, wiped us clean. She got like $75 off the first hand just for all of us. Wiped us clean.
If it wasn't for Dunk, I might be down another 200.
Yeah, because Dylan left the table to go to the ATM to pull out $200.
Oh, so you were about to go fast.
Yeah, he was about to pull out $200 to go back to the table.
Yeah, they were about to crack you, nigga. They were about to crack you. They
And
had found that goofy.
you know, late night, your brain ain't all the way on. You ain't got to know. He got off a flight. Yeah, and he was about to get blasted.
They were about to crack him.
Yeah.
They were about to crack him. Well, look, man, definitely appreciate y'all tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Again, thank you guys so much for being here. We will be outside tomorrow in the Legion Stadium. We will be returning with our game review on Tuesday. Follow us on Instagram at For Panthers Fans only to see kind of how our day goes. We will be recording a little mini game day vlog as well. Going to be outside with the black hole a little bit. We probably actually no. I'll keep that off the record. But we're gonna be outside. Just know that we're gonna be outside. May potentially be going to see Asia Wilson tomorrow as well. I'm speaking for myself. I don't know what they're doing. But yeah, I don't plan on sleeping Sunday to Monday because I have a 6 a.m. flight to catch.
Yeah, it's gonna be a no sleep. The
Yes,
next
2
days. Next 2 days be no sleep.
Yeah. So and also if you know niggas have been slow, I think we actually did a phenomenal job today, given the circumstances. Yeah, I mean. But yeah, so I think we did a solid job today. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. Again, apologies for the mishap. Actually, I will shoot my man some bail. The guy that was supposed to be joining us, he actually was flying in from Cali last night, and his flight ended up getting delayed, so he didn't arrive until 2 a.m. Pacific. And he hit me up, and he was just like, "Bro, so sorry, overslept." So unfortunate situation there. Was definitely looking for the opportunity to link up with him, and kind of get his thoughts on this Raiders team that we'll be facing tomorrow. But we will be back next week. We will have a guest next week that will be locked and loaded and go. But before we get to that, again, game review will come on Tuesday. Appreciate you guys tuning in again. Like, comment, subscribe, and we will talk to y'all very soon.
I need a fucking pancake, bro.
You gotta end it, bro. You gotta end it. You gotta end it. You gotta end it.
I don't even know how to.
There we go. Up top. Peace.